Cowabunga, dudes, because you have reached Red Steele's Awesome Toy Culture Review. I'm your man, Red Steele, and today I'll be reviewing from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Michelangelo. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Michelangelo. But before I get to the actual review, I just want to go over some of the old school details on this packaging. Up front here, two little blister trays showing you both the figure and all the accessories inside. At the top here, you have a couple of vintage illustrations of Michelangelo. In the middle here, you have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo. Below that, it says Michelangelo with storage shell, the hero in a hinged half shell. So next to that, you have the Turtles emblem. And over here, you have a yellow starburst that reads, New! Shell opens for weapon storage. And below that, you have a bubble that reads, Whoa, dude! My shell opens. And down here, you have a picture of the actual figure. And in the corner here, you have that Playmates emblem. On the back of the packaging here, on the very top, you have the Nickelodeon logo. And over here, you have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo. And over here, you have a caption that reads, The Evolution of the Turtles. A boy's bowl of pet turtles falls into the stench of an underground city sewer. They land on Splinter, a penniless but powerful ninja master who lives in a mug. And next to that it says, Splinter's enemy, Shredder, the evil leader of the Foot Clan, pours a disgusting green ooze over Splinter and accidentally the turtles, hoping to zap him dead. And over here it says, instead, the turtle pets mutate into turtle teens and Splinter turns into the biggest rat to ever face a trap. And finally it says, Splinter, the big cheese leader, teaches the turtles the ways of the ninja. Together, they form a kick-stomping fighting team for the side of good against the deadly Foot Clan. Get ready for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And in the middle here, you have a cross of all the other available figures, and down here you have a file card that reads, Portrait of Michelangelo with storage shell. The hero in a hinged half shell. Vital statistics, accessories, pipe grappling hook, pizza disc, 2 nunchucks, 2 ninja stars, turtle flashlight. Capacity, 14 turtle tons or 500 packed pizza. Favorite time? Party time. Then down there it says, Mike used to take mid-battle breaks to scarf down some heavy-duty pizza power. But now, with his pizza packing back, he keeps going and going. Mike can scrunch down lots of pizzas in his thermal storage shell, and even more if he didn't have to take along an anti-foot arsenal. But Mike knows that without his pipe grappling hook, he could end up as turtle toppings on a Foot Clan double crust special. So he packs his nunchucks and flashlight, which also works as a portable pizza heater, just in case those party crashing creeps interrupt his snack. Now if you could only figure out how to keep his ninja stars from getting gooey. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Classic Basic, Michelangelo with storage cell. Michelangelo was released on January 15, 2023 with the suggested retail price of $12.99, and he was available at all major retailers. Michelangelo was released along with the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Basic Classic figures, Leonardo storage cell, Raphael storage cell, and Donatello storage cell. Michelangelo has 7 points of articulation, and his accessories include a pipe grappling hook, pizza disc, 2 nunchucks, 2 ninja stars, and a turtle flashlight. Michelangelo stands 4 inches tall, and he is meant for fans ages 4 and up. Now that Michelangelo with storage cell on my display table, I just want to go over some of his plate features and accessories. First, by talking about his ninja stars. And you get 2 of these ninja stars. And these ninja stars were an accessory that were pretty much included with most of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures. As you can see, it has 5 points to it, but none of these points are sharp enough to cause any real damage to them. And unfortunately, they're very, very small, so they're very easy to lose. And my Michelangelo, I'm not sure if I have a bum issue or a bum copy of this figure, but my Michelangelo does not hold the ninja stars. And I know when I reviewed Michelangelo and Raphael, they did hold the ninja stars, so I'm not sure if it's a molding issue or I just have a bad copy of this figure. I'm going to go ahead and put these off to the side. But the next accessory I'm going to bring in is this pizza disc. And as you can see from the crust right here, you got that serrated edge to kind of give it that buzzsaw feel to it. And on the top here, you have the sticker detail with all the toppings. You have pepperonis, you have lettuce, cheese, and tomatoes. Very cool accessory. Order arm Michelangelo with this pizza disc and to kind of push it into his hand. Like I said, my Michelangelo might be an issue or might have a bad copy of him because you really have to put some force behind this pizza disc to put it into the fist. And it has caused some little sticker damage to my pizza disc because it's very, very small. So I wouldn't recommend if it is an issue with the mold, then the disc is too small for the hand. But if it's just my copy, then it may not be with all the other figures. But as you can see, it does cause a little bit of mold and sticker damage to my pizza disc. I'm gonna put that off to the side. But the next accessory I'm bringing is his turtle flashlight. I'm not sure if the molding here is supposed to be a part of a shell. To me, it looks like more of an armadillo tail. There's a little tab on the top here to simulate the switch to turn off and on. Got that porthole in the front here to simulate the light bulb. Order arm Michelangelo with the turtle flashlight. You just slip the handle right into the fist just like that. And now you have Michelangelo armed with this flashlight. Now, flashlight not a standard weapon for a ninja, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are very zany and wacky, so it kind of fits the theme a little bit. But I'm going to take this turtle flashlight and put it off to the side. The next accessory I'm bringing is the pipe grappling hook. That is because it looks like it's being held together by a bunch of wires and strings. You got a couple pipes right here, you got some string right here, you got some bolts right here, you got some tape around the grip right here. Very, very cool. You also have this little rope here, but the comedic thing about this rope is it's so short that defeats the purpose of being a grappling hook, because if you're going to throw this over a wall and hook it onto a wall and climb it, you might as well just jump up and grab the edge of the wall. But in order to arm Michelangelo with this pipe grappling hook, you just stick the handle right to the fist, just like that, and now you have Michelangelo armed with this pipe grappling hook. Pretty fun accessory. And you know, with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they were very fun back in the day. The accessories, the weapons, the vehicles, everything about that, the themes were very, very fun. So I mean, they didn't take themselves too seriously, and that's why it became extremely popular. The final accessory I'm going to bring in is his trademark nunchucks. And these nunchucks, again, there's an issue with arming them because you have to put a lot of force behind the handles to push them through the fist. And I don't want to cause any damage because I did have some unfortunate issues with the original basics Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Michelangelo I bought from Walmart a couple years ago, the reissue at least. And that is because the little string right here that holds the two handles together tends to snap off, and I think right out of the package you can see the stress marks already on the end of this one right here. And that's going to make me fear even trying to store them on the belt. And I'm not sure if the original Michelangelo storage shell had the 3 loops in the back, because the original basic figure and the original figure had 4, so you store both nunchucks. But unfortunately, when I did that with the reissue figure, I stored my nunchucks on the belt and it snapped right from the handle from the wire. And I'm not sure if it's because it's from an inferior plastic, because my original version did not have that issue. So I know maybe it was a different quality of plastic they used with reissues. So I'm not really going to try to store my nunchucks on the belt back here with the little hoops, but I did see that the flashlight can fit into these hoops, which is pretty cool, and the grappling hook. They both fit into these hoops, so I'm not sure if that's what that's meant to be. Maybe you could store one of the nunchucks in there and store one of the grappling hooks in there. I know that little knot from that rope is kind of causing a little bit of an issue. I think you just got to slip that down and slide that right through just like that. Now you have his grappling hook stored on his belt. Pretty cool. But the gimmick behind this whole figure is that he has a storage cell. And the shell's right here. You got a hinge joint right there, and you got a little tab on this side. Just pry it open from this side right here. Swings open. And the figure's actually hollowed out, so that's where all the accessories fit. You get this little peg over here. And I believe this peg is for the ninja stars, because there's a little porthole right in the middle. You just plug that right into that peg just like that. Do that to the other ninja stars, plug that in just like that. Now you have both those ninja stars stored in the storage cell. And you just go and take the other accessories and just stick them right into the shell, just like that, just like that, and just like that. And I think so far, out of the 3 out of the 4 that I've reviewed so far, Michelangelo's accessories don't really take up that much space, and you just close it up just like that. And now you have Michelangelo fully armed, and all of the accessories stored in his turtle shell. Very cool figure. I really enjoyed that gimmick, and the difference with this figure compared to the original 4 is the original 4 figures were actually based off the model from the comic book. So their design was primarily taken right from the comic books. But I believe by the time the storage cell figures came out, they kind of blended both styles between the animated series and the comic book, because when a toy line originally launched, they didn't have a cartoon series yet, so they couldn't really base their design on any cartoon series. So they based it primarily off the comic book. Well, I believe this one's like a hybrid between both, because these figures were very close, much closer than the original 4 figures, you know, to the animated model from the cartoon series. And I do like that they had, by the time this figure came out, they had like a very stylized pose, but they had more points of articulation, because you had the twisting elbows, which was different, because usually had hinged elbows, a lot of the action figures. I mean, they're big and bulky, so like, I mean, the He-Man figures were a little bit different because they weren't normal figures. They're different stances. They have the knees bent. They're very muscular. Well, I believe this is a hybrid between what G.I. Joe tried to do with the point of articulation and kind of giving it that bigger, bulkier look. These figures are fantastic. And I did own an original Michelangelo storage cell, but I sold it off a few years ago, and you know, and I regretted it. So I'm so glad that they reissued these figures, because I could go ahead and bring back a lot of the figures that I lost over time. You know, there are a lot of QR issues, like I mentioned. The fist chair, the only issue I have, because it does not hold the pizza disc, the throwing stars, and it has a hard time holding these nunchucks. And this bandana that he has tied around his eyes is not fully colored orange. It kind of bugs me. Maybe you see the green right here, kind of bleeding through the paint. But nonetheless, glad they brought these figures out, and I hope over time, you know, maybe when they reissue this figure again, they'll get past a lot of those QR issues. But if you guys found any of the information in this review valuable, please like and share this video. Also, if you really enjoy my content, please subscribe to my channel, and while you're there, click the bell to be notified of any future videos. I want to thank you guys for watching Steele's Awesome Toy Collector Review. I'll check you guys out next time.